Keyshawn Davis is on the verge of securing a title fight against WBO lightweight champion Denys Berinchyk, with the bout being finalized for February 14th at the Madison Square Garden Hulu Theater in New York City. The theater, boasting a seating capacity of 5,600, offers an intimate yet prestigious setting. Interestingly, this is a notable shift for Davis, who recently boasted about drawing over 11,000 fans for his November 8th victory against Gustavo Lemos at Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. The smaller venue suggests that Top Rank is strategically positioning Davis to garner more spotlight, as Norfolk pales in comparison to the global stage of New York City. However, the high-profile location comes with added pressure. A failure here, similar to Davis's setbacks at the 2020 Olympics or his narrow escape against Nahir Albright, could significantly damage his rising stock. ESPN's Mike Coppinger reports that the fight between Top Rank's Davis and Berinchyk is nearing completion. Denys Berinchyk, the 2012 Olympic silver medalist, enters this matchup with an impressive resume, boasting victories over notable opponents like Emmanuel Navarrete, Anthony Yigit, and Ivan Mendy. His dominant performance against Navarrete, in particular, likely disrupted Top Rank's expectations, as Navarrete was seen as the favorite. With Navarrete exposed, the pressure now shifts to Davis, who faces the challenge of proving he can overcome the same opponent. Interestingly, Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn has expressed interest in Berinchyk as a potential backup plan for future high-stakes bouts, such as a possible clash between WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson and WBA champ Gervonta Davis in 2025. However, Top Rank has acted swiftly to lock Davis into this matchup, ensuring Berinchyk doesn't slip into Hearn's plans. At just 25 years old and with only 3 years of professional experience, Davis is being fast-tracked to a title opportunity. Critics have questioned this accelerated push, especially given his decision to avoid a showdown with Andy Cruz. The Cuban Olympian, who defeated Davis 4 times in the amateur ranks, has mockingly referred to him as "my son" when probed about a potential fight against Cruz. The 2020 Olympic gold medalist, Davis dismissed the idea, asserting that Cruz was not on his level. Fans and analysts alike have also debated Top Rank's choice to prioritize Davis over other promising talents like Raymond Muratalla, who many believe is a more exciting fighter. Davis's style, often described as a blend of Shakur Stevenson's technical precision and George Kambosos' grit, has not always resonated with audiences. As he steps onto the New York stage, Davis faces not just an opponent in Berinchyk, but also the challenge of proving his worth in a highly competitive division. The World Boxing Council has officially ordered a clash between top-ranked Christian Mbilli #1 and Haim Munguia #2 for the interim WBC super middleweight title. This bout will determine the mandatory challenger for Canelo Alvarez's WBC title, potentially setting the stage for a high-stakes showdown. However, the final decision rests with Canelo, who will need to choose whether he's willing to defend his title against the winner of Mbilli versus Munguia. The Mexican superstar already faced Munguia earlier this year, securing a dominant 12-round unanimous decision victory on May 4th. Many believe Canelo carried Munguia through the latter half of the fight, opting to ease up on his opponent. The judges' scores reflected his superiority: 117-110, 116-111, and 115-112. For Munguia, a potential clash with Mbilli poses significant challenges. The 28-year-old Mbilli is a relentless aggressor with explosive power and a relentless work rate. While both fighters have displayed vulnerabilities in the past, Mbilli's well-rounded skill set, honed during his stint as a 2016 Olympian, could prove too much for Munguia to handle. Meanwhile, Munguia, promoted by Top Rank and Xander Promotions, is scheduled for a 10-round tune-up fight against the unbeaten but little-known Bruno Suarez on Saturday, December 14th in Tijuana, Mexico. This bout has flown under the radar, largely due to Suarez's lack of name recognition and lingering criticism of Munguia's performance against Canelo in May. Critics argue that Munguia's promoters have carefully curated his career, avoiding high-risk opponents to inflate his 44-1 record. When he finally stepped up to face an elite fighter like Canelo, his limitations were exposed. Now, with the WBC's order, both Mbilli and Munguia have an opportunity to prove their mettle and earn a shot at the division's ultimate prize. For fans, this potential matchup promises intrigue, as both men look to redefine their legacies in the super middleweight division.
For me, the financial reward of Ben Eubank is much bigger than Ben Barrios. But Conor, especially being out here this week, really likes the WBC World Championship fight. So we'll have to see.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has hinted that Conor Benn may face Mario Barrios next in a bid for the WBC welterweight title, currently ranked number 2 by the World Boxing Council at 147 pounds. Benn appears well positioned to challenge Barrios for the belt, a move that could significantly boost his career and financial prospects. Securing the WBC title would pave the way for even greater opportunities.
My conversations with Louis de Cubas right now are, I said to him, you've got Conor Benn for this much and you've got Boots Ennis for this much. I think Barrios likes the Conor Benn fight because I think he thinks that it's a winnable fight. I'm not sure I agree with him, but I think it's a really good fight.
While Hearn has expressed a preference for Benn to square off against middleweight contender Chris Eubank Jr., he acknowledges Barrios as a viable opponent. According to Hearn, Barrios is interested in the matchup, believing it to be a fight he can win. Benn recently stated that a clash with Barrios is a realistic possibility for February, suggesting his focus is firmly on securing the WBC strap rather than moving up to 160 pounds to face the 35-year-old Eubank Jr. in a non-title bout. Hearn's comments indicate a pragmatic, short-term approach aimed at advancing Benn's career.
I met with Ben Shalom yesterday. You know, we're negotiating that fight. Whether we get there or not, we'll have to see. Conor's either fighting Barrios or Eubank. That's it. So 50-50 which way it goes.
Eubank Jr., a seasoned domestic-level competitor, has only challenged for a world title once in his 13-year professional career. That attempt ended in a decisive loss to George Groves on February 2018. By targeting Barrios and potentially claiming the WBC welterweight title, Benn could position himself for blockbuster fights, including a lucrative showdown with boxing legend Manny Pacquiao or a unification bout against IBF champion Jaron Boots Ennis. Strategically prioritizing Barrios over Eubank Jr. seems the smarter path for Benn, offering both immediate rewards and long-term growth.